The British Prime Minister defends his plan to relax the lockdown in England at a faster rate than the rest of the UK.
It is a very good advice for the entire population of the United Kingdom.
Families joy as Spain begins to ease one of Europe's strictest lockdowns. In the United States, President Trump announces virus testing for more Americans. India has announced a limited reopening of its train network after 7 weeks of lockdown, despite signs that the pandemic continues to spread. The country recorded its biggest single-day jump in coronavirus cases on Sunday, and the Health Ministry has announced that at least 2,200 people have died from the virus. The British government has decided that plans to impose a 14-day quarantine on people flying into the UK should be extended to people arriving by other means. But there is no start date for the arrangement. Passengers arriving from France and the Republic of Ireland would not be affected. The head of IAG, the company which owns British Airways, has warned that quarantine measures will mean that flights will not resume in any meaningful way.
The electric car maker Tesla has defied local health officials in California and restarted production at its factory there. Alameda County, east of San Francisco, wants Tesla to stay shut. But on Saturday, the company filed a lawsuit against the county, claiming it was violating the state's guidance.
Now, the UK is behind most European nations' efforts to ease lockdown restrictions. And on Monday, many other countries took new steps to open up their economies. Crowds packed into train stations in Paris, and face masks were distributed by station staff as people returned to work there. Across France, shops have partially reopened and citizens no longer have to carry forms, letting them leave their homes. In Belgium, shops were reopened, with some people appearing to ignore social distancing measures while they were queuing. In Brussels, some train and bus drivers went on strike, fearful lockdown restrictions have been lifted too quickly. And in Spain, roughly half of the country enjoyed sitting outdoors and socializing with friends at restaurants and bars as they stepped into a softer version of the country's strict confinement. But Madrid and Barcelona are still under lockdown. Now, despite that, players from Real Madrid and Barcelona have returned to training ahead of a proposed restart to the season next month. They're training individually ahead of the resumption of the Spanish season. It's meant to be on June the 12th. More good news for football fans, and especially perhaps for supporters of the Liverpool Football Club. The Premier League has been told that the season cannot be abandoned because of the pandemic.